Hi there, this is Vanessa Fong with Handmade by Vanessa. Today's tutorial is for a C2C chunky blanket. First, let's take a look at this beautiful crochet hook. It's a double-ended crochet hook by Heart Sprinkle. One side is 9mm and the other is 10mm, and the design is just absolutely beautiful. So let's get started on this blanket. So to start this blanket, you want to do a slip knot and tighten that on your hook. So you chain 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you want to do a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. To do that, you yarn over, insert your hook into the chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. Now you do 2 more double crochets, one into the next chain, yarn over, insert your hook and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Now 1 more double crochet into the last chain stitch, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Now we've just completed the very corner block. So you want to turn your work over. This is going to be the very corner of your blanket. Now you want to chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now again, in the 4th chain from the hook, 3, 4, you do a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Again, a double crochet into the next stitch, and 1 more double crochet into the next stitch. So you're basically doing 3 double crochets each time you make a chain of 6 for the starting of your next row. Now into this space here, you want to slip stitch between the post to join that block to the other piece. Now what you want to do is go up another block to match the sides. So you chain 3, and then into that same space do a double crochet, and then do another double crochet, and then 1 last double crochet. So 3 double crochets into that space. So here you have your corner forming. So that's the very corner, that's your first one, and now you're on your row 2, so you want to turn over and do row 3, which is 3 additional blocks, and then you'll keep increasing from the corner. So now that we've turned our work, go ahead and chain 6, and then you'll start to see the repeat pattern as your blanket gets larger. So you always start with the chain 6, and then into the 4th chain from the hook you do your double crochets into the next 3 stitches. So 1 and 2 and 1 more double crochet. So 3 double crochets total, and then you join to the next block into the space. So there's the post, that's basically the chain 3 from previous round, into that space and do a slip stitch. And now to build up, you chain 3, and then into that same space you want to do 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. And then to join, you join into the next block, into that space. Do a slip stitch. And then you have to build up one more block. So chain 3, and then 3 double crochets into that space. That same space that you slip stitched into. So that's your round 3. And now you have 3 blocks added. And of course, the next round you'll have even more blocks to add. So you'll have one here, one there, and another one there. And then it'll just keep going back and forth, increasing your blanket. So again, you start your row with chaining 6. And you will do 3 double crochets starting with the first one in the 4th chain from the hook. So there's your first one and your second double crochet, and then your 3rd double crochet. Now you want to join it to the next block by doing a slip stitch into that space, chain 3 to do your next one, and 3 double crochets. So to join, you slip stitch into that space, chain 3, and then do another 3 double crochets. So this is pretty much the repeat pattern. You start your row by chaining 6, and then you build your way up by doing 3 double crochets. If you pinch this down, if it bothers you, it's a little bit easier to work with. Okay, so slip stitch and chain 3, and then do your 3 double crochets. So for each block, you chain 3 and then do 3 double crochets into that into that space. So now you've completed this row, and you can see it's starting to take shape. So because this is just a sample, I'm going to show you how to start decreasing. So when you get the desired size, you want to start decreasing. We're no longer going to chain 6 out. What you want to do is slip stitch between the posts. So do your first slip stitch there, your second one in between the next post. It's basically the spaces between the double crochet, and your 3rd one into that last one. So now you want to build your stepping blocks, is what I call it. So chain 3, and just like before, 3 double crochets into that same space. So 2 and 3. And then you join your next block the same way. Chain 3, and then 3 double crochets into the same space. See, I'm holding down the flaps so it's a little bit easier to work with. So that's 3, slip stitch to the next block, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then do 3 double crochets into that space. 2 and 3. So now this is where it's different. You slip stitch into the last block. Instead of going up and building that other block to increase, you're going to stop right there. Turn your work, and you want to start repeating your last row. So you want to slip stitch in between the double crochet posts until you get to the last space, and then you pretty much go back up again. So now the corners are going back in, so you're decreasing. So chain 3 and 3 double crochets into that same space. So that's the third one. Slip stitch to the next block, chain 3, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. And now you slip stitch to the last block, and then you're complete. So turn your work and do the same thing. Slip stitch 3 times until you get to the very end. So chain 3, and then this is your last corner square, so do your last 3 double crochets into that space, 2 and 3 double crochets, and then slip stitch to the next block. So this completes your square. Of course, this is just a sample. I'm going to attach a new color yarn just so you can see a little bit better on how to start the border. So this is how I attach my yarn. I'm just going to start where I left off. So I'm going to grab the new yarn, insert my hook into the old loop, pull it through, and then just tighten the old yarn. Make sure you're in the thick part of the hook and not the smaller part. And then just tie a couple of knots in the back. Just make sure it's tight, and then I'll just cut off my old color yarn here. I just love these cute little scissors. So when you're doing your single crochets around, if you're working into the side of the double crochet posts, like right here, you want to put 2 single crochets, and then for the ones where you're going directly on top of the post, you want to do 3. So like right there you want to do 3, right there you're going to the side, so you'll do 2, right there you're going to the top, so you do 3, and then right there you'll do 2. So just remember, if you're going into the side of the post, you do 2, and on top you do 3. So start by chaining 1, and then right here I'm going to do the first single crochet. Hold on. It can get a little tight when you're going through the sides. So 1 single crochet, and then your second single crochet. So that was going into the side of the post of a double crochet stitch. Now these, you can clearly see the stitches on top, so it's a little bit easier to get into. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, and 3 single crochet. I tried putting 3 on every single block, and it was too many, and it got really wavy. So this worked out the best. So this is going into a side of the block, and it's into the post. In the corner, you want to put a chain 1 between 2 single crochets. So you do 1 single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet, all into the corner stitch. And then right here, see, you'll work right onto the top. So you'll do 3 single crochets into this block. So this next one is you're going into the side of the double crochet stitch, and try to go through 2 loops. So 1 single crochet and 2 single crochet. Now of course this is really easy to see, so this is the one where you're going directly on top of the double crochet stitches. So you work 3 single crochets into that block, and you want to do 2 into this one. So you get the idea. And when you get to the corner, you want to do the 1 single crochet, chain 1, and then 1 single crochet. So go ahead and continue that all the way around your blanket, and putting 2 single crochets where you're going into the blocks where you're working into the side of the post, and then 3 single crochets into the blocks where you're going on to the top of the double crochet stitches. So here I am back at the end, back to the beginning of the round. Slip stitch into the first single crochet. Now we're going to start round 2 of the border. You want to chain 3, and this counts as a double crochet. So into the next one, you do your double crochet, and then you just do 1 double crochet into each stitch until you get to the corner, and double crochets, and then when you get to the corner, you want to do in the same chain 1 space, you do 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So I'm getting near the corner. I think I have 1 more stitch. It's a little hard to tell if you crochet too tight. So my chain 1's right there. So I have 1 more double crochet. Oops. That's okay. So my last double crochet. And then now into the chain 1 stitch here, you want to work 2 double crochets, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, chain 1, and then 2 more double crochets into the same chain 1 space. So just double crochet into the next stitch, and then every single stitch across until you get to the corner. See how nice and rounded that corner looks? So here I am at the corner. There's a chain 1 space. So again, you want to do 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets all in the same chain 1 space. So chain 1 and then 2 more double crochets into the same space. And then just go right into the next stitch with the double crochet. And you repeat that around. Double crochet across the sides. And then you do your corner increase, and then increase here for your other corner, and then just join back around. So here I am back around. I'm going to slip stitch to the chain 3, the top of the chain 3. So round 3, you're pretty much doing the same thing you did with round 2. You want to do double crochets around the side, and then when you get to the corner, chain 1 space, you'll put your increase, which is the 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets all in the same chain 1 space. So here I am getting close to the corner. Here's another double crochet, and so there's your increase right there. You want to keep going until you get to the chain 1 space. So here's the chain one space. You want to do 2 double crochets. So 1, 2, and then a chain 1, and then 2 more double crochets into that same space. So there's 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets. So now you have your corner increase. So basically you're just repeating what you did last round. Go ahead and go all the way around, doing your corner increase there, and then do your double crochets across, and then there's your other chain one space that you want to do the increase, and then there's the other corner, and then you just slip stitch to the beginning. And now you want to slip stitch into the third chain from the beginning. Okay, so now you want to single crochet the other way, but I'm going to attach a new yarn again just so you can see it better. It's really up to you. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off, and I'm going to use this teal color yarn, and I'm just going to place it right here. So attach the new yarn, chain 1, and normally when you crochet you go towards your left. With the crab stitch you want to go to your right. So it's a reversed single crochet, and it creates this beautiful cord-like look. So in your in the stitch directly to the right, you want to do a single crochet, and into the next one you want to do another single crochet, and you'll keep doing single crochets in the basically the opposite direction. Sometimes it took a little bit of getting used to, not too long, just because it is kind of going in the wrong direction. So you just keep moving towards your right, putting 1 single crochet into the stitch to your right. So here I am at the corner, and you're just going to go, you're not doing any more increases, so you're just going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch. That includes the chain 1 space, because the chain 1 space is a stitch. So now just continue down the other direction. Along the side, 1 single crochet across, and then when you get to the corner, just remember to put a single crochet into the chain 1 space as well. So here we are finally at the end. Go ahead and slip stitch to the chain where you joined your yarn, and then fasten off and do a yarn over and pull your yarn through. So in this sample you can see that you started in the middle with your c2c pattern. So that's your, you start at the corners, and that's your border. And this crab stitch just adds a really, really nice finishing touch to the blanket. Isn't that beautiful? Really, really enjoyed making this blanket. I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. Thanks for watching, everyone.